Hi, this is Lori once again. I work at the Morgan County Public Library and welcome to chair yoga. Um, Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes and have a chair and make sure that you don't hurt yourself. If you feel like you're being hurt at any time, stop what you're doing and go back to another pose that is non-comfortable for you. So with that out of the way, let's get started. This is my microphone. All right. So get in your seat. Have your legs a couple of inches apart. Your back is straight. Your shoulders are back. They're not by your ears, so you have them drop down. You can drop your shoulders down like that. Just roll them back. One of the things about our life today is that we have lots of devices. We have our computer at work, if you work with a computer, that is, and we have our phones, and people are constantly online and they're getting tech neck, sore backs, bad posture and bad eyes, all from this. So in chair yoga, one of the things we're going to do is try to work to counteract that. So when you have your straight back and you have your shoulders down, you want to make sure your earlobes are right over your collarbones. You don't want your head too far forward. You want it right there, right? Earlobes, collarbones. And your shoulders, they could be rounded. A lot of people sit like this. You want to push your shoulders back. Have a straight posture. Okay. Now, put your hands however you want, as usual. I'm going to do 5 deep breaths, inhales and exhales, and I'm going to be doing a slow, steady breathing. I'm going to breathe with my belly, which is to say I fill up my lungs and it pushes down on the diaphragm, which causes my tummy to poke out a little bit. I am not going to do shallow breathing that's only up here at the top of my chest. So we do this breathing to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and that's the relax and digest part. It's not the stress part, the fight or flight. So I'm going to do 5 deep breaths in and out, slow, long inhales, slow, long exhales. And as I'm doing these breaths, I'm going to scan my body and notice if there's any tension anywhere in my body, and send it some relaxation and tell it that you don't have to be so tense. And just notice that and tell your body it's okay, you don't have to be tense, or however you want to talk to yourself. Relax or give it love, or feel it getting warm, however you want to talk to your body. Make sure it's kind. You want to be kind to yourself. So easy to be hard to yourself. Especially with me, I want everything to be perfect, and sometimes I can't get something started because I know I'm not going to do it perfectly. So that just immediately is a roadblock. And the way to get around that is that you take the first step, then you take the next step. And being kind to yourself is one of those steps. Okay. So let us begin with our breathing. All right. Now, let's start with moving our joints around. And the first thing we're going to do is move our neck and move our head very carefully. So you want to put your right ear turned to the side like you're pushing your ear down onto your shoulder. Of course, you can't move that far. Don't, but just turn in that direction gently. Now back up. Now the other side. Back up. Again on the right side. Feel something on this side of your neck as you're stretching out that muscle there, moving the vertebrae. One more time. Good. Now let's do some head rolls. We're going to do this very, very slowly. I want to do it fast, so I have to tell myself slow. And if this hurts you, stop, okay? But if not, it should feel pretty good. Okay. Relax your neck a little bit and move it around slowly and deliberately. Now let's go the opposite way. Okay. Now I'm going to do some shoulder rolls. So put your arms out, straight out on either side of your body, and palms down. And then we're going to roll our palms up and then roll them around to the other side, again with the palms up. So you've rolled in a complete circle, and your shoulders are now coming out to the front. And now we're going to roll it back. And then again, roll into the front, out to the back. Good. And now we're going to do something to open up our chest. Your sternum is right here. It's the piece of flat bone that connects your ribs and covers your heart. So we're going to open up the chest. And one way to do this is I'm going to take my hand, my left hand, and put it behind me, and then my right hand, and I'm going to grab the fingers together. This opens up the chest. And you might not be able to do that, and that's okay. Then you get a strap, okay, and use it. So it would be like this. And it doesn't have to be a yoga strap. It can be a tie, a belt, a towel. It doesn't matter. Whatever will work for you. But I don't need a tie. I did for a while there, but I don't now. And you should feel your chest opening up on the left side. Let's have a few breaths with our posture like this. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. So using your strap if you need to. You put your right arm behind you and your left arm is around the side going up the back so that your fingers are joined together. And again, now we're opening up the left side or the right side of the chest. Let's breathe a couple of breaths here. And down, just put your arms down. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let them out slow. Okay. So now we're going to do some side stretches. So take your right hand down along the side of your chair like you're going to touch the ground. If you want to, you can bring your other hand up over to intensify the stretch. But you don't have to. And breathe. And then back to center. And now the other side. You should feel a stretch right here. All right. Stretching out your side there. You're also bending your spine over sideways. When you move your spine like this, it allows fresh blood to come in and it pumps out the old blood and it invigorates the area. So that's one of the reasons you want to do these exercises as well as for anything else. It's good for your body, good for your spine. Okay, now we're going to do where we put our hand on the outside of our knee and the other hand behind us, and we try to look behind our shoulder. So we're doing a twist with our spine. If you can't look over your shoulder, that's okay. Just look at the side. Be where you need to be. And now let's do some breathing. Back to center. And on the other side. to center. Can you feel that? Can you feel the rush of blood coming in when you let that pose go? Okay, so now we're going to move our spine doing cat and cow. Turn to the side. So cat, you're arching your back, and between your shoulder blades, you should feel a widening space. You can look down at your belly to make sure you're doing it right. Let's hold this pose for a couple of seconds while we do our breathing. And then we're going to do cow. So we come up, we have our flat back, and we move our back forward. Okay? So you're arching in the opposite direction, and you can look up a little bit if you want to. This is cow. All right. So let's do cat one more time. So you're hunching your back like you're a scared kitty, all right? And you can feel the skin or the muscles between your shoulder blades moving away from each other, okay? And you're looking at your belly and you're breathing. Come up. And one more time with cow. So we're arching our back the opposite way and we're looking up a little bit. Very good. So we've moved our spine in 3 different planes. We've twisted it, we went sideways like this, and then we arched. So that's 3 planes of motion. It's very good for your spine. Now, let's do some arm exercises. Your favorite, I know. So put your fingers on your shoulders. Your thumb can be hooked behind. And so you're making little bat wings on either side of you, right? Or a butterfly. You could be a butterfly. And just move your shoulders together. Feel your chest contract. And move them out and feel your chest expand. Together. Actively try to crunch, like putting your arms together. Your elbows are like fighting each other for the position they have. All right. And you can feel those muscles in your chest, the front of your chest, tighten. And now we're going back as far as we can go. And we feel our whole chest open. One more time. We're putting our elbows together, squeezing them together. And then out as far as we can go back with our elbows. Bring your arms back to neutral and blossom. Hold your palms up. Hold your arms still. Do some breathing. Come back to your fingertips on the shoulder. And blossom again. Your hands should be starting to feel heavy. It's starting to be a little more work to hold your arms out straight. At first, it's really easy, but as time goes on, it gets harder and harder. Don't let it be too hard. You can always go back to your fingertips on the shoulder if it gets too much for you. Just do it for as long as you can and then come back to the resting position. One more time. It helps to breathe and concentrate on your breathing, on the inhale and on the exhale. All right, good. So let your arms rest, put your hands on your lap, breathe, relax. And now let's do some leg work. So what I want you to do is put one leg out and then down and then the next. We're just marching in place. Have your toes pointing up when you bring your foot up. And make it a deliberate move, make it exercise, not just you swinging your legs. And you do that by contracting your muscles. You're moving mindfully. You're moving your muscles mindfully. You're moving your limbs mindfully. Now we're going to do a seated forward bend. So you might want to sit up on your seat to do this. And have your legs a couple of inches apart. Your back is straight, right? And then folding from the hips, the creases in your hips in the front. Just move forward. And if you need a block or something to come down to, so you can go no further than this, that's perfectly all right. With this block, you can have 3 different lengths to help you, and this being the first one because it's the longest up from the ground, and then this way, right? It's a little bit further down, and then finally that way. So if you need a block or a book, something to hold on to, I'm losing my hair. So let us start. Folding forward, keeping your back straight. Bring your belly down to your lap. Keep your head straight. If you can, put your arms down. Have your hands touching the floor. And breathe. Come back up. One more time, bending from the hip crease down, making our belly lay on our lap, or as close to it as we can get. Seated forward bend. Back up. Breathe. And again, holding forward, back straight, neck, head held straight. So the spine and the neck is all one continuous line. And back up. And now you want to spread your legs further apart, like this. Okay. You're still sitting on the edge of your chair. All right. And you're keeping your back straight, and you're going to fold forward. And now your lap isn't there, so you can spin further forward if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Just use a block, go as far as you can go and no farther. There's no rush, no hurry. One day you'll get there. It doesn't matter. Right now, all that matters is today, the journey today. There's lots of poses I can't do, and I just try my best, do the best I can, and feel how it, whatever stretching, but I don't hurt myself, and I only go as far as I can go. Back up. And this is the wide leg forward bend. Again, bending from the hips. And since the legs are out of the way, you can bring yourself down even further. Keep your lower back straight. Breathe. Long, smooth inhales, long, smooth exhales. Think about it, feel it. Feel the air filling your lungs and leaving your lungs. Be mindful. This is mindful breathing. Okay. All right. Now, let's see what time it is. Oh, we're running out of time. Well, I like taking my time in the poses because then I feel like I'm doing the work. If I just rush through them, I don't feel like my body is doing the work as well. And the way to stretch out your muscles and to gain flexibility is to hold each pose for a certain amount of time, as long as you can, um, 30 seconds, a minute, or you can count the breaths. I do that. For 5 breaths, I'm going to hold this pose. So when you do that, it makes the time go by really fast, I guess. So, because I don't feel like I've done very much at all today. However, we have done some stretching. We've stretched our neck, and we've stretched our shoulders, and we've done some twists, and we did a little bit of leg work. We didn't really get to do our feet. So if you want to do your feet right now, and then rotate them the other way, and with the hands up and down, up and down, up and down, wide fist, wide fist, rotate, other way. There, we did it really fast. So I recommend that you sit still for a while and just breathe. Get in touch with your breath. Feel your body. Notice what feels good, what could probably feel better, if anything. And so breathe some love into that area. Okay, so I will be back next week. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next week.